My name is Lee Hovis, and we are going to be discussing how to make a in-house training video. Most facilities just a few years ago couldn't even think of doing something like this internally. As the technology has advanced, we've been able to add more capability. Most computers of today have video editing capabilities, and even tablets and cell phones also have their own shooting and editing capabilities. Now, you don't need to worry so much if you're technology challenged. You are in a majority, believe it or not. Things move so fast nowadays, it's hard to keep up with the way things are changing. You really don't need to worry too much about finding staff to help you put these together. Most of the high schools are teaching video techniques now. Many of your staff members are probably taking these courses, and there's always college interns out there looking for a way to beef up their resume. So it's not as hard as you might think to find someone that will kind of champion this project for you. There are several things that you want to consider before producing a video. The first is preparation. Can't overstate it. Just planning and really sitting down and putting everything to paper. Just like you prepare for a staff meeting or an orientation, you need to organize what your script is going to be. Some people prefer to use an outline and kind of wing it as you explain what's going on. Other people prefer to have everything written out exactly how you would use it. Either way, take the time so you're very comfortable and you incorporate everything that you want into it. Just like you would prepare for a speech or a staff meeting, organize what needs to be said. In simple terms, tell them what you're going to tell them, and then tell them what you told them. Keep it simple. Instead of speaking to a group, you're just speaking to the camera. And depending on the type of equipment you use, you may be able to record the actual training programs that you have going on and use that and incorporate that into the video project. Many videos use voiceovers, announcing instead of having a person speaking into a camera, much like I'm doing now. I'm recording this separately and then having video edited over top of it. This eliminates a lot of the nerves that people have as soon as they see a camera turned on them. One of the things you may want to do is select what type of medium you plan on using your video for. This is important because it will help you determine what type of equipment that you're going to need. If you're planning on some type of presentation that will be shown on a computer screen, you might have a little bit of different equipment that you would use than something that's going to be shown on a big screen or a movie screen. One of the biggest issues that can make a video virtually unusable is the quality of the audio. Doesn't matter if you can see it if you can't understand what's being said. When you select a shot location, try to eliminate any sounds such as air conditioning units, motors, pumps, anything that can take away from the message. Audio problems will vary on how you record it. Just about all cameras, cell phones, and tablets have built-in microphones. Many of them are pretty good, but background noises can disrupt the message to a point of losing the audience. Some video cameras have auxiliary microphone inputs that allow you to place a microphone closer to the presenter. You can even connect a wireless mic that will give the presenter the ability to move around and use their hands during the demonstration. This will also help maintain the presenter's audio level for the main audio source. There are not many cameras that actually use videotapes anymore, but there are still a few. Regardless, all cameras have the ability to upload the video and audio to a computer. Cell phone and tablet videos can also be uploaded, but many of these devices have their own editing applications. Lighting is another important factor. Most cameras have auto-adjusting features to shoot video outside that makes it a whole lot easier, as long as you don't shoot directly into the sun. However, dark is dark. When shooting inside or in a shaded area, additional lighting may be needed. A standard work light can work just fine. If the added light makes the subject look a little too bright or washed out, try pointing the light towards the ceiling at an angle so that way you're bouncing the light to the subject. This will soften the light effect on the subject. You also may need some backlighting actually behind the subject to eliminate some shadowing effects. There are some very inexpensive LED camera lights available. Remember, you're not making a major motion picture, so everything does not need to be Hollywood perfect. When you're ready to shoot your video, always shoot more than what you think you need. Reshooting at a later time can make editing difficult, but sometimes it is necessary. The best thing about digital video is if you don't like what you shoot, you can just hit delete. Start with your basic establishing shot, meaning the main presentation. Zooming and panning the camera is a technique that requires practice, so you may want to just shoot the presentation with one shot, start to finish. Then go back and shoot different shots of what the topic is about. When you're shooting your additional footage, try to shoot 10 seconds or more of a shot before moving the camera or trying any effects like zooming or panning. That way, if the effect doesn't turn out the way that you thought it might, you still have a standard shot to use. This is where the more you shoot, the easier you can spice up the final video. Once you finish shooting your footage, it's time to upload. The decision on what type of system to edit your video will depend on what type of equipment you have. The Mac versus PC debate now comes into play. While Mac computers traditionally have had more advanced editing features, PCs have come a long way and can work for internal productions. Neither Mac or PC work well together, so whichever one you start with, that's what you want to finish with. From my perspective, if you have access to a Mac system, use it. iMovie is the standard program that comes included with Mac or Apple machines, and Movie Maker is the basic Windows editing program. Either will work just fine for in-house videos, and both are fairly easy to use and learn. There are other options available for editing programs, so make sure to research any program or application prior to investing any time or money. The actual editing of footage is a lot like putting a puzzle together. Concentrate on the basic message first, then add any special effects or music. Transitions, the effect that links the video clips together, are a nice touch and can add a professional look to your production. Just remember not to overuse them. A basic dissolve or a cut, the most basic of transitions, will work very nicely. Many software developers provide you video tutorials on the internet that can help you. Once you complete the project, you'll need to convert the file to a format that meets your needs for the presentation. Your choice completely depends on your need. A video to be used within a PowerPoint presentation, for example, may require a more condensed format or file size than, say, for a DVD player or YouTube video. Research on the file type needed can save you many hours of frustrations, just like Hollywood does with its major productions. Set up a private viewing to evaluate the content and quality. After the viewing, you can make any edits needed, or, if it passes the test, start using your video. Your first video is always the hardest, keep that in mind, and with each video, the product gets easier to produce. You may find that there are many other uses for your video talents. I hope this information has been helpful to you, and if you need more information, please contact the World Water Park Association.